Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly live. I am Sherry Moyse, your intuitive business mentor, here to talk further about our theme for the month, which has been structure in service of inspiration. We are following the lunar cycles of the moon, and this month or this cycle, we're looking at Capricorn. And one of the energies of Capricorn is around structures and systems and processes. And so I've been sharing a bunch of ways that you can be ensuring that what you have set up in your business or what you're looking to set up in your business is really serving you. And that your structures actually help to inspire you instead of drag you down, make you frustrated, or keep you from actually moving the meter. And I had one of those moments yesterday. I have been reviewing all my structures and was working on a project to get some information out. And the structure I was working in, the system I was working in, was not working for me. So I still believe it's a good system, but I had to reach out for help and get support because it's not my thing, although I'm really techie. So sometimes we have to know when to ask for help. All right. Well, today I want to talk about how important it is, and I'll try not to get too preachy because this is one of those things that I'm really passionate about, that you ensure that the structures you do set up for yourself in your business are aligned with how you are uniquely wired and designed. We are not all cookie cutter. If you have an online business, it doesn't mean you have to do things a certain way. It is actually best if you find your way. So there is not just one way, there's just your way. And there's a number of ways that we can uncover that. And I'll talk about that today too. But let's walk through some of the structures that we have in our business and ways. I want to give you some examples of how different they can be depending on how you're wired and designed. So, for example, our schedule. Most people don't get into entrepreneurship so that they can work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week. So you have an opportunity with your schedule to align it with your own rhythms. So if you're not a morning person, then don't schedule things at 8 a.m. Don't think if you're not at your desk right away, you are not doing the right thing. The problem with working in structures that aren't aligned with how we're wired and designed is that we end up shooting ourselves a lot. So no shooting yourself. Find your way. So I like to ease into my morning. I like to not take any calls until after 9, most times 10. It just depends on the flow. And Mondays, I don't do anything. I take the morning to get settled in and then move into the afternoon. And Fridays, I take the afternoon off. So what schedule aligns with how you're wired and designed? Do you work best in fits and spurts? Do you need a downtime in between things? I had a mentor that I shared an office with at one time, and she would go appointment after appointment after appointment. And I was like, there's no way I could do that. It worked for her. It wouldn't have worked for me. So honoring your own design and setting up your schedule accordingly is so important. All right, which leads me to another piece of that, which kind of flows from there, how we work with clients. Now, there's not one way, again, to work with clients. You can be working with people one-to-one. You can be working with them in a group. And even in those scenarios, there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat. I have a couple of clients who both work with folks one-to-one, and they have a very different structure and system, and it so perfectly aligns to who they are and their lifestyle and how they show up in the world. And one of them said to me, "Oh, I feel like this isn't right." And I'm like, "It's perfectly right." She works with her clients in short spurts. And that's what they need, and that's what she needs. And they get the best of her that way. Whereas my other client, it's very, very structured. So, do you, what works for you and what works for your clients? Your clients are going to align with you, they're going to connect with you because of your wiring and design. So, honor that and use that. I love that. Someone says, I'm getting really honest with myself about this. Tell me who you are. You're going to give StreamYard permission. So tell me a little bit more about that. It is really important to be honest with yourself. Like, if you love working one-to-one, doing deep dives, that's great. If it's not your thing, that's fine too. So really be honest with yourself about how you like to work with people. And when you do that, you'll align your programs in a way that your clients will get results. Just because one coach has, or mentor or practitioner has a very, very structured system with all these pieces, and another one has a very fluid process, does not mean that their clients are going to get better results with one or the other. They're going to get the best results because they're with the right person that aligns with their energy and who they need for their transformation. So, really important pieces. And then, the other where area we should ourselves and we think we need to be doing things a certain way is in how we connect, how we find our soul clients. And so I hear people a lot who they dread getting on social media. And I'm like, then don't. There's a lot of different ways for you to connect with your potential clients. Not everyone is meant to do what I'm doing right now and show up on a live. Like, that would make some people so nervous. Now, it's one thing if it's a growth edge, and that's cool to test it out. But if it doesn't work for you and you don't feel comfortable, then don't do it. Find your way. Some people are writers, some people are speakers, some people, are visual. You find your way, your clients will find you. And, as long as you're doing the diligence, the work underneath of it to know where your soul clients are, and then you can connect with them. All right. Is this making sense? Hey, Ruth Anna. Yeah, we can do that. I did that in the beginning. I was really listening to the gurus and the experts and doing it what they said. And I could feel in my body the disconnect and the discomfort. And I knew it wasn't right. It wasn't right for me. Didn't mean that system, that process wouldn't work for other people, but it wasn't working for me. And I invested a lot of time, money, and energy into systems and processes and mentoring that I either wasn't ready for or I wasn't aligned with. So for me, the foundational piece is really understanding your own wiring and design, which we do that through, in my world, through connecting. You have the answers here, and learning to really listen to your heart mind, to your intuition, to your knowing, honoring what you're feeling. And then I love using astrology too as another GPS system to uncover what's likely going to flow and help you see your design in a different way. So yes, I love that you are honoring how you roll, because you are amazing, Ruth Anna. And so please stay in that energy. All right, what else do we have? So we talked about schedules and doing it your way. We talked about the way you work with clients, and the way you promote yourself. And then tools and planning. Again, not everyone, I gave you some options for tools to help you get started that don't cost a lot of money. As you move along in your business, you'll find the ones that really work for you. I have one client, she wants it all in one. She's like, I want it all here. I have another client who she's got a whole different process. She's got everything systematized, or she's working at that. I have another client who wants separation from her personal phone and her business phone. And so we've worked on disconnecting that so she can have her downtime. It's really important for her health and well-being, support for everyone. So the tools that you end up with and you work with, knowing how they work with your wiring and design is really important too. So bottom line, there's no one way, there's just your way. So finding the structures, the systems, the processes that work for you. Planning, we get told, the world says, set these resolutions, set your goals for the year, and then go from there. We're not all motivated in the same way. We're not all motivated by the goal. I'm motivated by the process. How are you motivated? New Year's resolutions make me prickle. Setting goals for, it makes me uncomfortable. I like using the cycles. I like looking at my intentions, where I want to be headed, visioning into things. I have my way and it works for me. So finding your way that works for you and giving yourself permission to do so. So let me know where you're stuck with these kinds of things, what you've tried, what really works for you, what you've noticed. And are you honoring how you're wired and designed? Do you have a litmus test for yourself to know when things are aligned and when things are out of sync? So, all right, because the thing is that a thriving business, you've probably heard me say this 1,000 times, a thriving business requires a nourished and happy you. And if you have systems, processes, and structures that aren't aligned with who you are and how you're wired and designed, you are not going to be thriving. You are going to be exhausted. You are going to be overwhelmed. You are going to be, you're going to feel like you are not progressing. So it is so, so important that you uncover those pieces. And we'll continue to talk about this. I'll continue to give you ways to uncover that unique design of yours and how you can implement these different processes. So let me know any questions that you've got in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, #replay. And as always, remember, all it really takes, and all we're talking about here, is a little bit of heart power, really tapping into your own inner GPS, following that guidance. It's the best guidance system you've got. All right, sending you all so much love, and I will see you soon.